Good evening, brothers, sisters, and gender norm resistors. It's time for some more Star Trek. This time, a final unity with me, your host, Ollamh. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yes, this is the point-click adventure game that is basically this is the A New Hope, or not A New Hope, the Next Generation, entry into the point-and-click adventure game. Really, it's one that I had heard about. I think I actually had back in the day, but I never really played that much. Mostly because the initial, like, the combat in this is really weird. And it does have like a time limit on some of this stuff. So like you do have a time limit as far as if you're just sitting there talking and trying to figure things out. Things continue to happen, and that can lead to a bad time. I found that out last night when I was getting the background pictures for the thumbnail and stuff. When, you know, I did the screen capture, I'm trying to figure out where to place myself there and everything, and it's like, okay, and all of a sudden I hear this, you know, they've armed a self-destruct sequence. I'm like, wait, what? Oh shit, I forgot to pause the game. Whoops. Yeah, not exactly a happy fun time. So yeah, let's go ahead and we'll go ahead and get into the game here. And just kind of see how things go. So yes, a final unity. Okay, it is strangely quiet. It is. Okay, there we go.
Captain's log, stardate 47111.1. A Federation listening post along the Romulan neutral zone has detected an unidentified vessel headed for Federation space. The Enterprise is moving to intercept.
Okay.
At its reported heading and velocity, the vessel will enter Federation space in approximately 47.3 seconds.
Go to yellow alert.
We have the vessel on sensors.
The ship is a Garidian scout ship. They are driving their engines too hard. Their warp core is critical.
The Garidians? What is the status of their relationship with the Romulan Empire?
They are on friendly terms and may share technology.
We are being hailed.
On screen.
Help us. We are fleeing political persecution. We seek asylum. We are being persecuted.
Their signal is breaking up.
What do you make of this, number one?
It could be a trick.
The Garidians have earned a reputation as honorable warriors, Captain. They do not ordinarily resort to trickery.
We are within visual range. The Garidian's warp drive is failing. They are dropping to sublight speed inside Federation space.
Slow to impulse.
Warbird decloaking directly ahead.
Well, that's fun.
The Warbird is also Garidian. They are hailing us.
This is an internal Garidian matter. Withdraw at once.
You are violating Federation space.
They have cut off transmission.
That's rude.
The Warbird has locked its tractor beam onto the scout ship.
Go to red alert.
All right, so yeah. There's our intro. And I'm going to skip over the...
Captain's log supplemental. A Garidian warbird has violated the neutral zone in pursuit of a scout ship. The fugitives may be seeking political asylum, but as yet we have been unable to confirm their intentions.
Right. They might be. They might not be. All right, let's come in here, adjust the sound levels. We're going to cut this down to like there. Yeah. That should be easier. Now I'm gonna go ahead and leave it on difficulty of ensign because, like I said, I know the combat is just horrific.
Any insights, Counselor?
The Garidian captain is torn about something, as if she were faced with a difficult dilemma.
She has violated the neutral zone.
Yeah, but I don't think that's what she's talking about.
It's more than that. I think she has a personal stake in this matter.
What do you think, Number One?
The Garidians respect strength. If we show any sign of weakness, it might just encourage them to fight.
Okay.
What do you suggest?
Maybe we can use our phasers until they listen to reason.
I don't want to provoke them, Number One.
Yeah, I really would rather not provoke them. Data,
Mr. Data, do you have any suggestions?
As long as the Warbird maintains a tractor beam on the scout ship, we cannot beam its crew aboard. However, if we maneuvered the Enterprise between the ships, we could temporarily disrupt the tractor beam.
That's not a bad idea.
We will have to drop our shields to use the transporter.
Yeah, but that's also going to present ourselves as a target and kind of like push them a bit forward, but also make them say, "Hey, you know, you are going to have to potentially start a war." I mean, you are in an area that you're not supposed to be in.
We'll have to take that risk. Make it so.
They're angling it just right so that from
We
the
have
very
broken the Garidian's tractor beam.
all the way to the back, boom.
The crew of the scout ship has been beamed aboard.
Good.
Captain, the Warbird is hailing us.
On screen.
Federation Starship. This is an internal Garidian matter. You've been warned not to interfere.
This isn't Garidian space, so fuck off, bitch. I mean, sure you can resolve this matter without recourse in violence now. Your presence here gives me every right to intervene. Why have you violated the neutral zone? We'll leave Federation space at once or face the consequences. Now, we'll go back to you've committed an act of war by crossing the neutral zone. Surrender your ship immediately.
You have committed an act of war by crossing the neutral zone. Surrender your ship immediately.
They are locking their disruptors on us.
I don't care.
Thank you for capturing our criminals, Captain. If you'll transfer them to my ship, I can be on my way.
Ooh, you know, that's not a bad option. They were rescued from in Federation space.
Our Garidian guests were rescued in Federation space. Any extradition will have to proceed along normal diplomatic channels.
Yes, there you go.
You know that there is no formal extradition treaty between our governments.
Isn't there? Oh, darn.
Captain, one of the criminals is my son, Avakar. Return them and I swear they will all receive a fair trial.
Give me a moment to consult with my Garidian guests. I want to speak with Avakar.
I have him on the intercom.
Right, so that was the big conflict that Troy was getting was, hey, her son, you know, one of the criminals is her son.
Avocar, the captain of the Warbird claims to be your mother. She wants to take you and your companions to stand trial on Garrod.
Pantara is my mother, Captain, but the Garidian ruling council listens to no one. They don't want the people to hear our message of change. Even if Pantara convinces them to spare me, my companions would never live to stand trial. We request political asylum.
Very well. You may stay on board the Enterprise until we have sorted this matter out.
Thank you, Captain.
Your son has requested political asylum. He and his companions will remain aboard the Enterprise. You will return to Garidian space immediately.
Very well. You have won this time, Captain. But I promise you, there will be a next time.
Right, I'm sure there will be.
The Warbird is heading back toward Garidian space. They are activating their cloaking device. Captain, our new arrivals are requesting to speak with you. Their names are Lucana, Avocar, and Tabak.
What are your orders, Captain?
Well, go ahead and continue. Might as well resume our patrol along the neutral border.
Set course for the Ruinor sector and resume our patrol along the neutral zone.
Yes, sir.
Engage.
Meanwhile, I'm going to take the time to talk to our guests. Unless there's anything else that pops up. All right. Lucana?
Captain Picard, my name is Lucana. On behalf of the oppressed underclasses of Garrod, I'd like to thank you for rescuing us.
No problem, Toots.
Don't thank me too quickly. You have illegally entered Federation space, and this ship is not a haven for criminals.
I am not a criminal, Captain. I am only seeking justice for my people.
Very well. You may stay on board the Enterprise until we have sorted this matter out.
Do not dismiss me so quickly, Captain. The fate of all Garrod is hanging in the balance.
Why do you say that?
I am searching for the fifth scroll. It's the only way to give the plebeians the freedom they deserve.
Okay, that sounds curious. Who are the plebeians?
Who are the plebeians?
Why do you how do you mispronounce it? She very clearly said plebeians. How do you, I mean, that's one of those things where it's like one should be reacting to the other rather than recording them separate, so it's not like, oh, well, one person reads it plebeians, one person reads it as plebeians. It's like but just hearing somebody say, well, we're trying to help the plebeians, it's like you wouldn't mispronounce it then, because you have no visual reference to what the word is.
They are the underclasses of Garrod, forced by law to serve the patricians, their masters for the past 1,000 years.
Wow, this sounds a lot like, this just sounds like ancient Roman hierarchy.
What is this fifth scroll you mentioned?
I am a reformer, Captain. My role is bringing about social change. Tabak is the historian. He can explain such things much better.
Why are you so interested in this fifth scroll?
Give me something.
Finding the fifth scroll will free my people from tyranny because the scroll gives the rights to the plebeians, Garrod's lower classes. That's why the government doesn't dare let me succeed.
Right.
I sympathize with your cause, but I must inform you that the Federation will not take sides in Garrod's domestic politics.
I had heard that the Federation was a champion of freedom. Perhaps my sources were mistaken.
Look, we're not part of your hierarchy. We have no connection with your planet at all, Toots. Alright, so Tabak?
Captain Picard, can you help us contact a Vulcan archaeologist named Shinnok? He may possibly hold the key to the discovery of the Lawgiver's fifth scroll.
What is the fifth scroll?
What is this fifth scroll you mentioned?
Let me give you a bit of background. Garidian society is a rigid structure consisting of two distinct classes, the patricians and the plebeians. For the past 1,000 years, that structure has been governed by the laws derived from the four sacred scrolls.
Right.
The first scroll outlines our code of honor. The second describes the relationship between the military and the government. The third defines the principles of our religion. And the fourth enumerates the privileges and responsibilities of the patrician class.
Yeah, there does seem to be something missing.
But you speak of another scroll.
According to legend, the Lawgiver also wrote a fifth scroll defining the rights and privileges of the plebeian class, which were not explained in the other scrolls.
I'm guessing the rights and the duties, but okay.
What makes you think Shinnok can help you?
My studies indicate that the followers ended up somewhere in what is now Federation space. But because our governments are not on friendly terms, I could never follow up on that research. But the Vulcan scholar Shinnok lives in the Federation and has made extensive studies of our history. I believe he may have vital information that will help us locate the followers.
Why are you so interested in this?
I am a scholar, Captain. My interest is purely academic. Lucana, on the other hand, is a social revolutionary. She hopes the scroll will inflame the underclasses to rebellion.
I mean, I would think that you would be hoping that it would, like, give rise and give your class something other than, hey, serve everybody else.
How would an ancient scroll do her any good?
The patricians stopped the Lawgiver before he could reveal his fifth scroll. The Lawgiver and a few of his disciples, known as the Followers, left Garrett in 5 spaceships to start their own colony. No trace of them was ever found, and the story gradually took on mythic proportions.
Who is the Lawgiver?
His real name was Avatruni, and he was the architect of Garidian society. His 4 scrolls became the cornerstone of our entire culture.
Well, that's... You know, using 4 scrolls to create your entire culture is a little bit stupid.
The 5th scroll could be the greatest social discovery in Garrett's history. Even if you don't agree with Lucana's goals, I urge you to talk to Shinnok and help us find the scroll for science's sake.
This could be an intriguing quest. I sympathize with your cause, but I must inform you that the Federation will not take sides in Garrett's domestic politics.
All right, let's talk to Avocar. Your mom's
Why is
kind
your
of a
own
bitch.
mother trying to kill you?
Like, that's a really good question, actually.
She is only doing her duty. I know she doesn't want to kill me, but she is under orders to prevent Lucana from finding the Lawgiver's 5th scroll.
Why are you so interested in this 5th scroll?
Because I believe in Lucana's crusade. Even though I was born a patrician, Lucana has made me aware of the plebeian suffering. The 5th scroll would give them a more honorable place in Garidian society.
I sympathize with your cause, but I must inform you that the Federation will not take sides in Garrett's domestic politics.
And we are not asking you to do so, Captain. When the time comes, we will fight that battle ourselves.
Mr. Data, any suggestions?
I suggest we contact Starfleet,
Captain, we are receiving an emergency transmission from Simcoe 4.
Okay.
Simcoe 4? Isn't there a research center there?
Yes, sir. The work at Merton's orbital station focuses on power generation. The researchers there are among the best in the Federation.
On screen.
Let's relay it to somebody else. We're too busy to deal with that. No.
This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise. How can we be of help?
I'm surprised there's no background music here.
Captain Picard, I am Daneb, Chancellor of Simcoe. We are in need of immediate assistance. Merton's orbital station has been attacked by an unknown vessel and does not answer our hails.
Attacked? But the station is a purely scientific facility.
Is the attacking vessel still present?
We do not know. Whoever or whatever they were, our sensors did not detect them.
Perhaps it was a cloaked Romulan vessel.
That's a bit of a leap.
I doubt the Romulans would venture this far into Federation territory. The risks are too great.
Captain, you must hurry. The attack has destabilized the station's experimental power core. We don't know how long we have until a core breach, but I can tell you the resulting energy release and radiation would be catastrophic.
What about survivors? Did anyone get off the station?
We detected several escape pods, but we haven't recovered them yet. The pods we detected could hold only a few dozen. There are hundreds aboard the station, including families.
Set course for Simcoe 4. I hope it's not too late.
Thank you, Captain. I hope you arrive in time.
Yeah, me too.
We'll do our best. Picard out. Dr. Crusher.
Crusher here.
Doctor, we may shortly be taking on a large number of wounded, possibly hundreds.
How much time have I got?
Not enough, I'm afraid. Picard out.
Well, that's not...
Miss LaForge?
Yes, Captain.
We're en route to Merton's orbital station. They've been attacked, and they're going to need immediate assistance. See what you can find out about their experimental power core.
I'll see what I can dig up, but the Simconians do some advanced work. It may take a while to figure it all out.
You don't have long to do it.
Then I suggest you work quickly. Millions of lives on the planet's surface may be at stake. I expect a full analysis of the situation and our options as soon as we're within sensor range.
Yes, sir.
All right, so
engage.
Set course.
Mr. Data, any suggestions?
I suggest we contact Starfleet, Captain.
Any suggestions, number one?
I'm sorry, Captain, I don't have any suggestions right now.
Mr. Worf, your analysis.
Captain, we should check our orders from Starfleet.
All right. How exactly do we do that? Oh, well, we're here, so...
Captain's log.
A bit late for that.
We have arrived at the Simcoe system in response to a distress call regarding Merton's orbital station. The station was apparently attacked by unknown forces, leaving it in danger of a power core breach.
Right.
We're within sensor range of the Merton's orbital station, sir.
On screen. Miss LaForge?
LaForge here.
Report. What is the condition of the station?
You're looking at what's left of the Merton's orbital station, one of the largest research centers in the Federation. The focus of their work is on power generation. 5 years ago, they built the prototype of an experimental power core, and it's been running the station ever since.
5 years? Jeez.
Power generation studies? That doesn't warrant an assault like this.
Right?
I've been in contact with Starfleet headquarters. Power generation is only part of what this station studies. For several years, researchers here have been working on new ways to detect cloaked vessels.
Oh, now that's... yeah.
If the Romulans discovered this, they might have risked a raid. The Simconians did not detect the attacking ship. It may have been cloaked.
That's speculation, Mr. Worf. We have no proof the Romulans were involved.
Well, whoever it was, something powerful punched through the station's shields and sliced off an entire research wing.
What do you mean, sliced off?
There is insufficient debris in the area to indicate that the missing section was destroyed. It is possible the attackers simply removed it.
Geordi, could that be what destabilized the power core?
No, and that's what I can't figure out. Damage to the upper deck should only cause minor problems, but I'm reading serious power fluctuations. Maybe serious enough to breach the power core's containment field.
Unless there's something they didn't tell us.
What will happen if the containment field fails?
Big boom?
I can't say for certain, but with the amount of energy that thing can put out, I wouldn't want to be around it when it goes.
Is there any way to shut down the core?
There's a fail-safe mechanism which is supposed to jettison the core automatically in an emergency.
I'd say this qualifies as an emergency. Why wasn't the core jettisoned?
The only way to prevent it is by manual override. Someone has to be there to stop it.
That means there's someone still alive in there. Data, are you picking up any life signs?
The station's shielding is interfering with our sensors. I cannot tell if any of the crew are still alive. However, life support is still functioning. But power readings indicate that it may fail at any time.
Dr. Crusher?
Crusher here.
We are nearing Merton Station. Are you prepared for casualties?
My staff is ready to do double shifts. We can handle
Good.
about 330 emergency cases, but we'll have to beam the rest down to Simcoe.
Understood. What is your recommendation?
We can't do anything from here, but to get an away team aboard, we have to find a way through those shields.
I believe I have a solution. The station's upper shields are badly damaged. If we establish a lock on a transporter on the upper decks, a transporter beam could penetrate the weakened shields.
So are you saying we're going to give the station an upper decker? That's not very nice.
Once we're in, we should be able to jettison the power core. Then we can lower the station's shields and evacuate the wounded.
Very well, number one. Make it so.
Geordi, I want you and the rest of the away team ready to go in 20 minutes.
We'll be there in 10.
Well, we didn't say 10, we said 20. All right. So to the transporter.
Beam down coordinates selected.
Well, come on, LaForge. You said you'd be here soon. All right, so here we are. Okay, so
These power surges are serious. Without a stable power source, we'll lose life support.
yeah, that ain't great. All right.
With all the damage this station's suffered, I'm surprised it's still holding together.
Where are? Oh, there we are. Can you move any faster?
Medical.
No, on the trapped woman.
I've got to talk to the engineers who built...
You mean the station
That's one way to put it. The attack caused major structural damage. If this were any other station in the Federation, we'd be standing in a vacuum.
Okay. I'm not entirely sure where the pointer is on this, which makes doing anything really difficult. Okay.
She's got 2 badly broken legs. We'd better get her a doctor.
Right, thankfully you have a doctor right there.
All things considered, she's very lucky. I can take care of the worst of her injuries here, but I'd like to get her to sickbay.
Alright, what is this big cable?
It's a data transfer line. The end shows signs of contact with a phased energy beam.
This cable's built for handling information, not energy. I'm surprised it didn't just vaporize when it was hit.
Yeah. Alright, what do you suggest?
These data lines are pretty volatile. I'd be very careful about using a phaser to cut it.
Perhaps we could cut through the cable with a phaser.
Right, but LaForge says that we should be careful with that.
It's a phaser.
Ah, okay, so here's where we set to... Alright, well, we'll use it on minimum.
I can't cut any closer without endangering her.
Alright. So, now that we've got that...
I've been thinking about how to free that trapped crewman. What if we use the station's transporter to remove the cable?
Alright.
I've already got the coordinates we need.
Works for me. My God, this is so... Can you walk any slower? We are on a time frame, right? Like, we are... So, now that we've kind of disconnected it, we should be able to teleport part of it away. I guess that's what LaForge is saying? All right, we want to select the data cable. And there's the cable. All right, cool. No, not to LaForge, to here. My God, can you walk any slower? Seriously. Oh, dear gods. All right, I'm assuming this is the medical kit. So we still got a phaser, science and medical, stuff, and a med kit. So wait, Riker, why are you...
These injuries need a doctor's attention.
Yeah, I know.
I don't think that's such a...
No, okay, so we can change who we are controlling.
That takes care of the worst of her injuries. She's coming around now.
Good.
How do you feel?
I'll manage. You're from Starfleet, aren't you?
Yes, we are.
Yes, we're from the Enterprise. We just arrived.
Thank goodness you're here. I'm Anna Bennett, Chief Medical Officer. Listen, we've got a lot of wounded here. How many can you evacuate?
We can get everyone, but not until we lower the shield.
We can't do that until we stabilize or jettison the power core.
What happened here?
We were attacked, but I don't know who or what it was. I was headed for sickbay when something struck the hull and tore this cable loose.
Do you have any guesses who might have done this? Was there any warning?
We never knew what hit us. There was an initial attack which lasted maybe 10 minutes. Later there was a hull breach and the power systems went crazy. I don't remember anything after that. I passed out.
What did you mean when you said the power systems went crazy?
It's this insane experiment Dr. Greaves and some of the other researchers put in place. A revolutionary power source. It's unstable enough to begin with. After sustaining damage like this, who knows what it'll do?
We've been reading some large power fluctuations. Is that normal?
How should I know? Those maniacs. You know what they've got down there? They plugged the biggest research station in the quadrant into a singularity, a black hole.
What now?
Then why the energy fluctuations? Singularity-driven power sources are usually stable.
Greaves came up with some scheme to increase the energy output. Something about gravity waves. I don't know all the details, but it involved destabilizing the containment field.
We'll be back to check on...
All right.
Actually, LaForte, can you ask her some questions?
Where's the rest of the crew?
Most of them probably escaped when Commander Wilde gave the order to evacuate after the first attack. But I know many are trapped and can't reach the shuttle bays.
Are you okay?
I've been better, but I think
We'll come back for you as soon as the station's out of danger. If we're lucky, we won't have to jettison the power core. There's no way to know until I've had a look at it.
All right. I think I'll be fine for now.
All right, no. Yes, go to the next room. All right, there's a turbo lift down here. There's power conduits, but let's go to engineering first. Let's try and take care of the singularity here.
I'd say we found our intruder.
Right. Jordy. Subject unknown. Composition 39.3% iron, 28.7% silicone, 19.2% water crystalline, 4.1% unidentified compounds, less than 1 each of gold, iridium, hydrogen, sodium compounds, carbon compounds, and lead. Trace amounts less than 0.1% of many inert elements and compounds. Energy, none. Analysis, subject is naturally occurring interplanetary debris. I don't think that's right. Mission objectives. Oh, right. This is just our mission objectives. Stabilize life support, prevent power core breach, lower shields to prevent evacuation. Okay. All right.
Wait a minute. I had readings of neutronium hull and internal energy, but now all I can pick up are natural elements. It's sending false readings to our tricorders. It's like a chameleon. It disguises itself perfectly. If we weren't here to see it, we'd never know it was here. It could probably fool our ship sensors just as easily. This chameleon field seems to take a fraction of a second to adjust to new scanning frequencies. If I set the tricorder to randomly shift frequencies at high speed...
So you're saying it has a chameleon circuit?
There. I'm getting a partial reading now.
All right. Composition of surface is neutronium. Minimum thickness 5 centimeters. Deeper scan impossible. Energy maximum output estimated at 9.6 warp equivalents. Duration 10 minutes. Reserves increasing. Emission. Plasma suspension beam. Active scanner waves. Warning. Evidence of phaser capability. Analysis subject is warp-capable device. Origin unknown. Right. And then, okay, so it's just got all of the readings that we've ever had. Okay.
Yep, it's a neutronium hull, all right, and a powerful energy source. I've never seen that much power in such a small package before. Commander, I'm reading some serious power fluctuations in the life support systems.
How serious?
Well, we could lose life support at any time. We've got to find a stable power source, and soon.
If life support fails, we won't have much time to stabilize the station.
You know, guys, I could actually do something if you would let me.
Agreed. Life support has to take priority. Let's get to the control room and see if we can switch life support over to emergency power.
All right, so this way? Jordy will take the lead. I do appreciate the fact that we can actually, like, you know, we can make use of other people. We have a wave converter. Oh, fuck it. A graviton probe, pulse negator, inverter coupling, plasma shunt, and a flux router.
I don't see anything special about it.
Okay, that's great.
Well, it's a little unfamiliar, but I think I can control the station's power flow from this panel.
We have to get past that machine out there. It's blocking the way to primary engineering.
Oh, that's it.
Are you fucking kidding?
It's collecting energy. Maybe if we can temporarily shut off the power, it'll leave.
Make it think the wells run dry, eh? It's worth a try.
There should be emergency shutoff controls around here somewhere.
There's just way too much talking and shit. Just like, hey, random conversation. Okay.
A lot of these systems are out. I can still cut the power to any of the 4 conduit groups, but not for long. I don't want to overload the system.
All right. You know what? Let's make a save here. Okay, but that didn't do anything, did it? Okay. Did I do good? I don't think I did good. I think I did very bad. I think I did bad.
The Forge Enterprise. Did you pick that up?
We have detected a small object departing the station at high speed. Sensors identify it as a small asteroid.
You've got to be kidding.
Apparently, this object is capable of sending false readings to our sensors.
That asteroid is a sophisticated device. It's using a chameleon field to send false readings to the sensors.
Interesting. The object has accelerated to warp speed.
I'd like to chase it down, but the station isn't stable yet. See how long you can track it.
Acknowledged. Picard out.
Jordy, did you just give a command to your captain? All right, so now we can we take a look at whatever it was that it was?
I'd sure like to get a look at that power core. Just one of these conduits could handle the entire energy output of the Enterprise.
Wow, that is a lot. That is a lot. So are we good? I don't know if we're good or not. That's kind of a problem. Administration?
Looks like a power surge knocked out the holotable. I could fix it if we had more time, or if I had a flux router, I could bypass the damage completely.
Well, you did happen to pick up a flux router. Boom! Done and done.
Look at this damage report. Only a few very specific sections were hit. No random damage at all. This wasn't an attack. This was surgery.
How poetic. Yeah, this one's been out for a while.
Look at this damage report. Only a few very specific sections were hit. No random damage at all. This wasn't an attack. This was surgery.
Okay, so now we actually know exactly what damage there was.
I think we're in luck. This life support console's still active.
Okay.
I think we're in luck. It's dead. Power surges have disabled most of the station.
Right, most of the station isn't activated. Right, I got that. We need to do anything with it?
I don't see anything special about it. With the emergency systems access code, we can shut down or redirect power to life support.
Okay, but we don't have that. We don't have that code. We need to find somebody that has that code. Let's go back down to engineering. There was something off to the left, wasn't there? Like a, yeah, core control room.
You have an uncanny sense of timing.
And I beg your pardon?
Timing, I said. You have fine timing. The one instant I cannot afford to be distracted, and in barges all of Starfleet.
I'm Geordi LaForge, Chief Engineer of the Enterprise. We're here to help.
Thanks for the offer, but I haven't time to instruct Starfleet in the intricacies of singularity-driven power generation, so kindly stop distracting me.
Let's see. There's a machine of some sort that was... no, he doesn't need to know about that now. Look, I'm a chief engineer on a Galaxy-class starship. It's my job to work miracles.
Dr. Greaves, I'm Chief Engineer on a Galaxy-class starship. It's my job to work miracles.
Have you seen a system like this before?
I'm not sure. It looks like some kind of gravity wave power source. But how can you generate gravity waves of this magnitude?
A little something I got from the Romulans. We've got an artificial singularity bottled up down there, and by varying the strength of the containment field, I was able to increase the magnitude of the gravity waves.
But now that something's got the energy flow out of phase with the containment field, we've got to get the energy flow back in phase immediately.
Not bad for a Starfleet officer.
You got a problem with Starfleet, bud?
You may be of some use after all. You see, the only reason the field's held up this long is because I've been here manually compensating for the fluctuations.
Right. That's impressive, but impractical. Isn't it? Whoa, 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 whoa! What the fuck? What? What just happened? Why did you go, why did you just, like, jump through all of that shit?
What was it I was supposed to do again?
Once more for the hard of thinking. Install the coupling in the damaged area. Then use the reduction converter to bring the fluctuations down. Now hurry!
Okay. Well, I'm sorry if the game hadn't just, like, skipped past all that fucking information. Right. So, coupling in damaged area. And then reduction converter. To bring down fluctuations. All right. Okay, so we need to find the damaged area. Like that big old hole. And for that we needed the... Alright, for that we needed the coupling. Right, but what... All right, well, let's look at the
I'd
hole.
say that alien machine cut through the conduit casing to get at the energy inside. I'd say that alien machine cut through the conduit.
Right, okay. So, what are you? You are the graviton probe, pulse negator, inverter coupling. All right, well, that's a coupler. Oh god, that's all the way back there? I thought that was like right up front. Alright, so now that we've got that, then we needed the reduction converter. Well, here's a converter.
Enterprise.
Picard here.
We've stabilized the power core. The outer shields should be lowered now.
Okay, that was some really weird sounding stuff here.
Confirmed. We'll start evacuating the wounded immediately.
Don't forget about the gal that's back up on deck 2.
Great. That means we're done here. Beam us up.
Acknowledged.
So pretty much on par. It is like, you know, it is...
We are being hailed, sir. It is Chancellor Daneb.
It is like, you know, about an hour per mission.
On screen.
Captain Picard, you have my warmest thanks. We had really given up hope.
We are pleased to have been able to help. Have you recovered all the pods yet?
My staff tells me all the evacuees are safe and sound. And my compliments to your medical staff. Our surgeons were quite impressed with Dr. Crusher's handiwork.
I'll pass that along. The last of the injured personnel should be beamed down within the hour.
I think we can handle it from here. By the way, Dr. Greaves personally extends his gratitude. He felt he owed you and your crew an apology.
Tell him we accept his apology.
No, tell him to go fuck himself.
Picard out.
What are your orders, Captain?
Well, we might as well keep it on,
Set course
right?
for the Ruinor sector and resume our patrol along the neutral zone.
Yes, sir.
Engage.
All right. Hang on a moment here, because we need to switch from that one to this one. I did think forward ahead enough to change all of my titles up in the top to the quote-unquote episodes. They're not really properly labeled episodes or anything, which is kind of annoying. That is really kind of aggravating, really. So, all right, we are gonna save here. We should save. No.
Admiral Williams here. What can I do?
What's your assessment of our recent...
The Enterprise responded to a distress call. Good work there, Picard. Without your efforts, this could have... You saved hundreds of lives, kept the station operational, and even managed to save the experimental power core. Congratulations. Shall I go on?
No, thank you. I'd like to...
Of course. Starfleet Command is still considering the options. While we review the situation, the Enterprise is to remain on patrol.
Okay.
What is the current situation, Admiral? Is there anything in particular we should be aware of?
Actually, things are relatively quiet right now. The only cause for concern is all the Romulan activity in the area.
Picard out.
So if there's nothing specific, we could say, hey, Tabak.
The fifth scroll could be the...
You know what? I've decided to visit Shannock. Why not? We could visit Shannock. We don't have anything, you know. And he is kind of close, I think.
I have decided to visit Shannock and see whether he can help you regarding the fifth scroll.
Thank you for agreeing to visit Shannock, Captain. The fifth scroll could be the greatest social discovery in Garrett's history.
Well, of course. Might as well. I mean, you know, I did take the time to make the overlay with especially the different size view screen for this game because, hey, it's an old game, so it's like all square and shit. It's kind of funny though to as far as like building these, like a lot of people think that it's like, oh my goodness, it's how? It's like it's not that hard once you figure out the basics that you need. Well, I guess we'll be sure.
Understood. We will be underway at once. I will let you know when we arrive. Mr. Worf, inform Starfleet that we will be assisting the Garidians in their search.
Aye, sir.
According to Federation Archaeological Survey records, Shaynok is currently excavating ruins on the planet Horst 3.
Okay.
Set course for Horst 3, Warp 5.
Aye, sir.
Engage.
So we're 4.1 light years away. Good grief.
Counselor, do you have any thoughts?
I'm sorry, Captain, but I don't have any suggestions right now.
Primary core access enabled. Systems online.
Oh, this is our... Wait. Butler? Engineering officer? Ensign? Karlstrom? Okay, so we have, like, right.
Raising shields.
What? I did not tell you to raise shields. All right, so yeah, we've got a ways before we're gonna get there. Yeah, it's that, and it's like if you stretch it out to so that it's like the 16 by 9, like all of a sudden Picard and Riker look like they have been eating like Thanksgiving dinners 4 times a day for a year. It's like they just boom. They be seriously thick boys. And I'm pretty sure Crusher would never let some... Really, Picard? Did you just give Riker some serious side-eye here?
Helm, standard orbit.
I'm sorry, did I put you in command? Did I black out and put you in command, Riker? Alright, so comms. Shaynok.
Greetings, Shaynok. I'm Captain Jean-Luc Picard.
Captain, how may I assist you?
It's interesting how they take they really like drew out or like copied somebody's faces for like all the bridge officers and all the all the official actors. But then these guys, it's like, oh no, smoothly drawn, sculpted faces and stuff. I'm pretty sure these are just pictures rather than actual like 3D models. Because from the looks of everything, a lot of this stuff, some of this stuff is very much, it's 3D modeled stuff. Like some parts of the bridge you can see like, instead of like a smooth curve, you see like panels where it slightly shifts around, and that is an indication of a 3D model that hasn't been like they haven't gone through and like shaded it smooth, which wasn't a thing back in the day. So yeah, that kind of explains the difference in the looks. We have several Garidian refugees on board who are trying to find something called the Fifth Scroll.
Shaynok, we have several Garidian refugees aboard who are trying to find something called the Fifth Scroll. They said you might be able to help.
Possibly. I once did extensive research on the Lawgiver and the Followers. They fled into what is now Federation space 1,000 years ago, bearing the fifth scroll with them.
Right, okay.
We've heard of them. So where did these followers go?
I never found the followers' colony, but your friends should not lose hope. In my search, I stumbled on one of the followers' ancient ships. The logs indicated that they had found an M-class planet suitable for colonization.
Mm-hmm. What? Okay, well, we're not gonna just like, okay, thanks, bye. What brought you out here?
What brings an archaeologist of your stature to such a remote planet?
I am excavating the ruins of a Chodak outpost. The Federation Archaeological Survey is sponsoring my work.
Who are the Chodak?
An ancient race. At their peak, the Chodak occupied most of what is now the Romulan Empire. But I thought all known Chodak ruins were on the other side of the neutral zone.
This is the first Chodak site found in Federation space. It was my good fortune to discover it.
Yes, I would say so. What have you found so far?
What have you found so far?
A great deal, actually. I have uncovered evidence of an extensive administrative system, as well as examples of Chodak computer technology quite similar to our own isolinear rods.
Intriguing. Such devices would be among the oldest known examples of isolinear technology in the galaxy.
I hope to confirm that fact. I sent several rods to the Mertens orbital station for testing. They've developed a gravitic stress dating method which is extremely accurate. However, I have not yet received their results.
Right. So the Chodak rods were sent to that station, which might have drawn attention from somebody.
I'm afraid we have got some bad news for you, Shinnok. Merton's station has been attacked. It was almost completely destroyed.
Indeed. That is a great loss.
I'd be most eager to examine the site myself. I can beam down immediately.
Captain, I'm aware of your reputation as an archaeologist, but I cannot permit any visitors. The excavation is far too delicate. My apologies.
Understandable.
Thank you for your help, Shinnok. Good luck.
And to you, Captain. Live long and prosper.
What are your orders, Captain?
Well, I guess we just go back to, You know what? I want to consider this further. I want to talk to Daynub.
Chancellor, the Vulcan archaeologist Shinnok sent some artifacts to Merton's station to be tested. Can you give us any information about this?
I'm sorry. Shinnok's artifacts were in the destroyed section of the station, as were many other relics we were analyzing.
Bad luck, that.
Thank you again for your efforts, but I'm afraid we're rather busy. There's much work to do to recover from this disaster.
All right.
Any suggestions?
I'm sorry, Captain, I don't have any suggestions right now.
Okay.
Captain, message from Starfleet. It is Admiral Redrick.
On screen.
I can just ignore an admiral. That'll go over well.
Greetings, Admiral. What can we do for you?
Jean-Luc, good to see you again. I have a little favor to ask. would you be interested in finding a little lost lamb for me?
A lamb?
A figure of speech. I have a friend stationed on Morasia, an exobiologist. I haven't heard from her in quite a while. I'm getting a little worried. I'd like you to check into it if you can.
Who exactly is this lost lamb?
Yeah, who am I looking for?
Her name is Dr. V. Hunforsch. She was on Morasia cataloging local species for the Federation Zoological Database, but no one's seen her for days.
Have the local authorities investigated the matter?
Constable Lixie, who runs the preserve, thinks V went on a field trip and that there's nothing to worry about. To humor me, she said I should send a team to investigate.
Admiral, do you have any reason to suspect foul play?
The truth? V is headstrong. She might be chasing butterflies. But I think there's more to it than that. And Jean-Luc. Morasia is applying for Federation membership. You could review the state of affairs there while you're looking for our exobiologist.
Very well. As soon as we receive your report, we'll get on the way.
I'll transmit it immediately. Oh, and Jean-Luc, the Morasians have a strict matriarchal society. Males are usually treated as servants at best. Don't take it personally.
Right, so we're gonna want to bring, like, Troy or somebody, I guess? Maybe Troy and Crusher?
Understood, sir.
Good luck. Redrick out.
Laying a course for Morasia, Warp 5.
Yes, sir.
Engage.
All right, so we're going to save here as M2-1.
Mr. Worf, your analysis.
Captain, we should check our orders from Starfleet.
No, we don't need to do that. We actually can't go to the holodeck? Oh. Oh, we can look at past things. Okay. Interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. One of the interesting things with it with that is that apparently she had been like pushing to wear a Starfleet uniform for a while, and it wasn't until the Locutus story arc where Jericho took over the ship that a lot of the requests by the actors were then put into effect. So Jericho is like, I will expect all my bridge officers to wear proper Starfleet uniforms. Well, that was because the actress asked for that. And he, and he wanted to get rid of, and he said, get rid of the fish tank. Because Patrick Stewart was like,
warning,
it doesn't make sense.
Entering nebula.
That it doesn't make sense that, in this era that Picard would have like a tank with fish essentially in slavery. So he's like, I don't want that. I don't think that fits. So that was when they got rid of the fish tank by Patrick Stewart's request.
Entering non-aligned space.
That's fine. We know.
Helm, standard orbit.
Again, Riker, really? I can give commands, you know.
Captain's log supplemental. The Enterprise has arrived at Marassia to investigate the disappearance of Dr. V. Hunforsh, an exobiologist stationed here for the past 2 years. The 3 species native to this world have enjoyed a millennium of peaceful cooperation, and this visit will give us the opportunity to review Marassia's petition for membership in the Federation. It's time we introduced ourselves. Mr. Worf, hail Constable Lixie.
Yeah, it is a little odd, like the space combat. The space combat always got me. I mean, I never understood what... I still to this day don't quite understand what the space combat is about, but apparently on Ensign, Worf pretty much takes care of everything, which is nice.
Aye, Captain.
I'm Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Federation Starship Enterprise. We have come to investigate the disappearance of Dr. Hunforsh.
Welcome to Marassia. As I told Admiral Redrick, I really don't think Dr. Hunforsh is in any danger. She's probably on an extended field trip.
I was not expecting to talk to an ape.
Good. We'll need your beam-down coordinates.
I shall transmit them. And Captain, in order to protect the animals in the preserve, we permit no weapons of any kind on the surface.
Our away teams carry phasers for self-defense only. They can be locked on a low stun setting. I assure you none of your animals will be harmed.
I'm sorry, Captain. I won't allow it. We cannot predict how even your lowest setting will affect our animals.
That is a good point.
We will respect your laws. The away team will not be armed.
For a male, you are unusually cooperative.
Oh, that sounds rude as hell, doesn't it?
Is there any better way to begin a relationship?
Forgive me, Captain. I am not accustomed to seeing a male in command. I will await your investigators.
So yeah, highly matriarchal. Alright, let's go to transporter. So we're taking Data and Worf and Troy and Crusher. Okay, so like...
Beam down coordinates selected.
Riker's staying at home. Probably a good thing.
Visitors for Constable Lixie. Constable Lixie is present.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Data of the Starship Enterprise. I'm investigating the absence of Dr. Hunforsh.
Welcome. So you are the artificial human. Interesting. I'm sorry to disappoint you, but there really is no need for alarm. Dr. Hunforsh is probably just on an extended field trip.
Right,
Who were the last people to see the doctor?
A fair question.
Apparently, Consultant Idia was the last to see her. They had dinner or some such. It's all in my report. You should be able to access it through your tricorder.
Alright, cool, cool.
If the doctor had been injured somewhere in the preserve, would you be able to locate her?
Of course, but our surveillance system can detect signs of distress in any of our inhabitants, and we've had no sign of trouble from the doctor.
The preserve clearly embodies your philosophy of life forms living within life forms to create a single harmonious organism. It is an impressive achievement.
Very observant, Commander. Your perceptiveness does you credit.
Your tone suggests that you do not like Dr. Hoonforsh.
She hasn't made many friends here. She disagrees openly with our philosophy, our methods, and has even accused us of smuggling banned species.
I would like to investigate the preserve grounds where the doctor last worked.
We'd prefer to limit the number of outsiders in the preserve while it is under construction. Investigating the doctor's laboratory should be sufficient.
Right.
A thorough investigation of the doctor's disappearance will require me to enter the preserve. Furthermore, the Federation Council has requested a review of Morasia. Unhindered access will allow me to prepare a far more detailed report.
The Federation's requests are not law here. Not yet. But in the interests of cooperation, I'll open up the area surrounding my outpost. Be sure to stay within the visitors' areas. You must understand, my responsibility to the animals comes first.
I have no more questions for you at this time. May I investigate the doctor's quarters?
Of course. Her laboratory quarters are at the end of the path towards the mountains.
This basket holds fruit, roots, and larvae for the constable's veranda bird. Morasians typically use the bones of the dead to make useful objects.
Alright, so we have, short-term resident, Morphology Institute, duty, enter local species in Federation Morphology Database, advise preserve caretakers. Customs check, short-term visitor on Morasia, must declare possessions. Missing, backpack gear, 4 field suits, hygiene kit, bioprobe, stabilizer kit, field work boots, surveillance, no distress records, no distress calls recorded, field work renders nearly all of the doctor's colleagues inaccessible. Last cited was by Dr. Lydia, listed last. Okay. Listener may direct, okay. Animal communication specialist. Visual communication. Discuss preserve animals. Tiller A. Mimvit. Short-term resident. Federation cytosociologist. Hailing contact. Discuss preserve species in relations to plant community. Right. Permanent residence, visual contact, discuss, preserve, and its caretaking. Consult Lydia, short-term resident, Federation recommendation, Federation exobiologist, preserve consultant, last visual contact, discuss, preserve, and native species. Okay.
Verandas are highly intelligent avian mammals with sophisticated vocal abilities.
No, I wanted to actually, use this.
Verandas are highly intelligent. This basket holds fruit, roots, and larvae.
Okay. So, yeah, the scanning gives us the same information as just our eyeballs do. Alright, so it is back this way, is her laboratory? Oh my god. Oh, thank god he doesn't walk all the fucking way out there. Okay.
The bioprobe analyzes samples that a field unit collects from specimens. It is used primarily for zoological analysis. I do not believe that will work.
All right, and there are carcasses here.
This paramammalian species has been cryogenically preserved for medical analysis. It is possible that this animal is an Akana boar from the planet Jervis. The insectivore is
field unit. Okay.
This Class C field unit is configured for aquatic travel.
Alright, this one is configured for rocky terrain and for climate zones.
This Class B field unit is configured for mountainous terrain and tropical climate zones.
I can get the carcass. Okay. Can we, yeah, we can slap it on the biotape and find something out about it. Cool.
Subject is marked as a Kujan gibbon. Probable cause of death is massive infection by Nacherov parasites. This parasite is not native to the Kujan's habitat. Subject is marked as a Myocordae mole. Probable cause of death is neural energy loss.
Neural energy loss. That's unusual.
Subject is marked as a Frednorian boar. Probable cause of death is malnutrition.
Right, that's not good.
I am not certain this is a Frednorian boar. I believe it may be an Akana boar, a close genetic relative.
Alright, get the bioprobe. Because that sounds like it's something that would be really good, you know, really good to do. Now, can we take the field units as well? Because that just sounds, again, that sounds like something that would be handy, you know?
I do not believe that will work.
Really? You can't use a computer?
It is a sonic scope. It uses acoustic resonances to analyze molecular structures.
Look at the computer.
The computer is a Birkin 400K model from Arguello 9. The system is accessed by voice print or password.
So here's the question: is everybody else just here to, you know, to just look pretty? I mean that's a hell of a stretch for Worf, but still, I mean. All right. The Detroit Dax. Okay. Yeah, I guess. Is there anything else that we can... Oh, there's a COM port?
A massive computer fragmentation has erased the doctor's files. The only salvageable message from her daily log is sessions with Tracker Melas cancelled. Schedule again after field trip.
Okay, well that sounds...
Open a channel to Tracker Melas.
Channels open.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Data of the Starship Enterprise. I'm investigating the absence of Dr. Hoon Forsh.
Greetings. I doubt that she is in any danger. She's probably just taking a vacation after her blow-up with Constable Lixie.
I'm sorry, what?
We found your name in the doctor's laboratory. What is your relationship with her?
I teach her territorial recognition. At least I did. We suspended our lessons after the power outages began. I haven't seen her since, but I doubt she's lost. Such an excellent tracker, even if she is a bit weak in the nose.
You mentioned power outages. Can you describe them in greater detail?
A power surge at our quarantine shelter destroyed some of the generators. 2 watchers were seriously injured and several animals escaped. Since then, we've had outages in the biotopes. They're still under investigation.
Mm-hmm.
This blow-up you mentioned, do you mean the constable and the doctor had an argument?
Dr. Hoonforsh discovered that several animals from Aramut's second shipment were illegal species which had been mistagged. I think she accused the constable of smuggling, but I'm not sure. Healer Zolas told me the story.
What exactly are the Watchers' responsibilities?
The Watchers feed and care for the preserved species.
Right, but if the species are close but not quite... If they're close but not quite the accurate species, then it is possible that that could cause a major fucking problem.
Without the generator, the individual containment fields in the shelter will not function. You would no longer be able to quarantine any animals for analysis or adaptation.
That's right. Most of our personnel are out searching for escaped animals right now. Dr. Hoonforsh might be doing that on her own.
I have some questions regarding several animal carcasses which we found in the doctor's laboratory.
Of course.
Dr. Hoonforsh was examining these carcasses for a reason. I suggest we perform biological and sonic scans on the carcasses ourselves.
I wish you well on your search.
I wasn't done yet.
Open a channel.
Channels.
I have some...
Of course.
A creature tagged as a Frednorian boar apparently died of starvation. Do you know how this could have occurred?
Hard to say. The Watchers are quite good. I can't imagine they'd just let this happen. Maybe they were given the wrong care instructions. Or maybe the animal was not identified correctly.
One creature experienced an energy drain within its neural pathways.
It's probably a Myocordae mole. They're quite common on Marasia. But I've never heard of one dying like this before.
A creature tagged as a Kujan gibbon died of a parasitic infection not found in its native habitat. How could this have occurred?
I don't know. The Watchers are the ones who care for the animals. Maybe they...
Its cause of death is unusual, but not unprecedented. I have personally encountered a species that consumed human neural energy for survival. Is there a preserve animal that might feed on Myochordae neural energy?
None that I know of. Perhaps the Myochordae got caught in one of the generator power surges, but then it wouldn't be drained of energy. I don't know.
Thank you for your time.
I wish you well on...
It's possible the constable felt that telling us about her argument with the doctor would arouse our suspicions. But why would she withhold information about the escapes?
That's a good question. And while I'm thinking about it, let's go and use a sonic scope on these things.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's neural pathways have been drained of electrical energy.
Okay.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. All readings are normal. Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's genetic signature differs from its identification tag. Subject is in a carnivore.
Aha! So they did fuck up. No, just pick that up. So yeah, I have a few more questions. Like, why? How would
Open
you,
a channel
like,
to Tracker Melas.
mistake that?
Channels.
I have some questions.
Of course.
The boar's identity tag is incorrect. It is actually an Akana boar, a close genetic relative of the Frednorian. However, Akana are banned for import. How did this animal get into the preserve?
That's one of the new arrivals from the second shipment. Maybe there was an error. You know, we've had a number of minor problems with creatures from that shipment.
Smuggling is a serious offense. It would certainly jeopardize the acceptance of Morasia into the Federation.
That's why she thought Constable Lixie might be involved, to thwart Federation entry.
Has Dr.
No, I still have no...
Thank you for your time.
I wish you well...
All right, let's go talk to this gal. Let's go talk to this constable and see what's shaking. God, this place is huge. Hello, constable. I would like to talk to you.
Has there been any contact with Dr. Hun Forsch?
No, I'm afraid not.
Constable, I would like to know why Dr. Hun Forsch accused you of smuggling.
She found a Romulan creature, which is, of course, banned from import by Federation law. It was tagged as a similar legal species. She has accused me of smuggling it in order to damage our chances for Federation membership.
Are you against Federation membership?
How do you explain the mistagged animal?
I blame our supplier, Eramet. He's rude, devious, and barely competent. If I'd known Eramet was a Ferengi, I'd never have listened to Idia's recommendation. But the contract is binding, and he does deliver on time.
A Ferengi?
Why do you oppose Federation membership?
Membership in the Federation would compromise Morasia's freedom of action. Some of us would rather not see that happen.
Constable, I understand the Preserve has been experiencing some unusual power outages.
Those were just a few temperamental generators failing. They've been repaired. Is the Federation now concerned with our internal technical difficulties as well?
I appreciate your candor.
You impress me, Commander. It's strange that your creator confined you in the male form. Still, you compensate well.
All right. So...
I believe the Constable. She seems genuinely devoted to the Preserve, and I don't think she would resort to smuggling, even to thwart Federation membership.
Boy, you do realize she's right there. Like, what is it with people just being like, I trust her. I don't sense anything. It's like, wait, what the fuck are you talking about sensing? You trying to sense my emotions, bitch? You sense my boot up your ass before if you aren't too careful. Like, that's not a normal thing. That is not something that is just normal for, you know, oh, hey, yeah. All right, so we can contact people from here. So Idia kind of stepped in and was like, hey, yeah,
Channels open.
I am Lieutenant Commander Data of the Starship Enterprise. I'm investigating the absence of Dr. Hoon Forsh.
As I told Constable Lixie, I don't know where she is. Must you interrupt my research with more pointless questions?
I am afraid so.
Yes.
According to the Constable's report, you are the Preserve's consultant.
Yes, I helped select and verify preserved species in the biotopes. The Morassians wanted a Federation expert, despite Lixie's objections. They were lucky to get me.
You were the last to see Dr. Hoon Forsh before her disappearance?
As far as I know, that's not a crime.
Constable Lixie mentioned that you recommended the Ferengi trader Aramut for the second shipment.
He delivers what you want on time. The constable gave me hell when she found out that he was a Ferengi. She barely tolerates me because I'm a male.
Yeah, and a Ferengi being very male-oriented society is not going to go over well.
I have some questions regarding several animal carcasses which we found in the doctor's laboratory.
Animal carcasses in an exobiology lab? Well, that's certainly unusual.
Yeah,
A creature tagged as a Frednorian boar apparently died of starvation. Do you know how this could have occurred?
Sounds like incompetence to me. The Watchers blindly follow whatever care instructions they're given. No personal initiative at all.
The boar's identity tag is incorrect. It is actually an Akana boar, a close genetic relative of the Frednorian. However, Akana are banned for import. How did this animal get into the preserve?
It must have been smuggled in. You know, the Watchers have requested restricted species before and were denied. Dr. Hoon Forsh must have found out about it.
Yeah, but it came through it potentially came through your contact.
Consultant, I am puzzled. Since you verify preserved species, you must have known this was an Akana. Why did you not report the misidentification?
I didn't want to. I wanted the chance to study it. It was a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Who am I to deprive science of my brilliant research on such a specimen?
The law?
Did the doctor confront any of the Watchers with her suspicions?
I think that's why she's missing. When she confronted them with the Akana, they must have stunned her. Those stunners don't trigger the surveillance system, so nobody knows about it.
Yeah. I think the Akanabor are actually might live in Romulan space, and that's why import is illegal.
Why would the Watchers resort to smuggling?
They're fanatics out to save the endangered creatures of the universe. I've suspected them all along, especially when I discovered this mistagging. You see, these tags can only be reprogrammed by a Watcher.
Right.
A creature tagged as a Kujan gibbon died of a parasitic infection not found in its native habitat. How could this have occurred?
I'd say it died of neglect. Those Watchers don't know the first thing about dealing with animals. They're not scientists. They're glorified zookeepers. Why don't you go ask them about it?
That's part of your job.
A Mycordae mole experienced an electrical drain from its neural pathways. How could this have occurred?
I'd say it died of neglect. Those Watchers don't know the...
Right.
I'd like to know what you and the doc...
When I saw her for supper the other day, she was talking about genetic samples from the last shipment. She knows I don't like to hear people talk while I eat, so she said little else.
But Dr. Hoon-Forsch was cataloging Morassian species exclusively. Why would she want genetic samples from other animals in the preserve?
I don't concern myself with the lab work of junior scientists. Now, do you mind? I have important research to conduct.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you for wasting it.
Idia's accusation that the Watchers are fanatics is certainly plausible. Collectors can be quite zealous in their pursuit of rare specimens.
However, it was his contact that brought in an illegal species.
Idia certainly has a high opinion of himself. The thing he seemed most interested in was his reputation.
All right, so, okay. So there's the constable's office where we started. What's the, what is like in the center of the tree? We have a shuttle dock, a quarantine marine biotope, a bog forest biotope. Okay. Well, what's in the what's in the shuttle dock? Is the Ferengi here still, or is this like, you know, he just dropped off and left? I can't imagine that he would still be here.
This cargo shuttle is powered by two 2,250 millicochran warp engines. The microgenerator uses thermal energy to replenish its internal power source.
Can we yoink that? Yeah, I appreciate the fact that they like work Cochrane in somewhere. It's kind of like saying that something requires, you know, 2,000 newtons of force. Okay, what is this atoll tree monkey? Oh, good God, Data, can you walk any slower? Like, my God, that is a long, long way.
It appears to be hungry.
All right. Well, we got some fruit here. What the fuck? Oh, hello. What are you? Okay. So the monkey scared off some birds, and the birds get eaten by this floating brain thing? That is kind of weird.
We have conducted a thorough inspection of the lab. We should take the field units out to the biotopes to continue our search.
Yeah, I was talking, Worf. Jesus.
This terminal is offline. The power grid in this area may be damaged.
Yeah, but we have a microgenerator and a power port.
This is a topographical map of the biotope. The main habitats are the caverns, the pit, and the crater. This is a topographic... I see no way of using this. I see no way of...
Okay.
No unusual readings.
Right.
According to the kiosk map, the crater is home to 229 plant, insect, and small reptile species.
Okay.
Intriguing. According to the kiosk map, the caverns are home to 568 plant and animal species.
All right.
According to the kiosk map, the pit contains a significant amount of water, despite the arid climate.
Uh-huh. What if we use this, like, on the caverns? So just, like, send this out to go and collect something?
These field units are programmed to explore this area. We should use them to search for the missing doctor.
That's what we're doing, Worf. Thank you. Try to keep up, man. I mean, we have to wait a while for it to fucking do anything. And then once we have that, we actually have a bioprobe that should be able to tell us something about it, right? Oh god, this is where I miss the being able to adjust the speed of stuff, because, like, this is just, yeah, this is taking a while. My gods, can you be any slower? I don't plan on finding her in one of these spots.
These field units are programmed.
Yeah, if you'll shut up, it'll come to us.
Although it is tagged as a Genzer lizard, its blood samples contradict the identification. Additional lab work would be advisable.
All right. So let's use you on the pit as well. So yeah, the creatures that they supposedly have are not as advertised. Which is more than concerning. More than a little concerning. So it sounds like we can go to 3 different biomes and get information and get samples that are like, hey, do they actually have what they say they have? Or are they just like, you know, bullshitting us? I think it's fair to say that a little bit
These
of
field
My God's Wharf, yes, we get that. It's on its way back. Just have some patience, man. Alright, collect the sample. And send it out. Nope. Oh shit. Nope. I didn't want to do it to there. Ah.
The neural cells of this deceased Ollamh bird exhibit unusual readings.
We don't need to go to the pit. We need to go to the crater. The long wait is just murder here. Like, it's just like, yep, okay, well, it's going. It takes time, though. Like, seriously, I wish that there needs to be like a speed level, a speed setting here.
Dr. Hunforsh programmed these field units to search for specific information.
Thank you, Crusher. Yes. So yeah, basically these are what I think there were specific species that may have come in on shipment 2 that she was questioning. She wasn't sure about, so she's like, "Hey, I'm gonna put, you know, they brought in this, they brought in this, they brought in this. I'm going to, you know, collect samples from these specific things and see if the Ferengi actually brought what he said he was bringing." Or if he brought something that is just, you know, completely effing different. Yeah, I get the feeling that it may be, you know, they brought something that was like completely fucking different.
Dr. Hunforsh.
Yes, I get it, guys. We are working on it. Fucking back off.
This sample indicates a vegetarian diet, but the ID tag identifies the Sunil rodent as a carnivore. Additional lab work would be advisable.
All right, let's grab our little power thing. No, not don't. Yes, get the generator. I was hoping maybe like a double click would like zip him across. No. You gotta go slow as shit. Oh, gotta love the games from this era where it's like, yeah, we're gonna take our time. All right, what are you? Which one are you? You are tropical. All right, so tropical should be the bog forest. So we can't go... I'm sorry, was that just a big fucking frog that jumped over the fucking trees and shit? That dude looked like he was on fire.
No unusual This is a topographical map of the biotope. The main habitats are the 4 tunnels within that petrified tree.
All right. All right, we'll start with Tunnel 1. Tunnel 1, go! Like, perspective is weird here, because it looks like, you know, there's... I can't tell if, like, these down here are, like, bushes or trees or... So I don't know how big that thing that was, like, came screaming across. I don't know how big that was. It might have been fucking huge. Or it might have been tiny. Alright, now go for Tunnel 2.
The neural cells of this deceased Granger bogfish show unusual readings. Additional lab work would be advisable.
Right. Basically, do additional lab work for everything. Alright, and on to Tunnel 3. And what is unusual about the latest sample?
The neural cells of this deceased Direwood ferret show unusual readings. Additional lab work would...
Okay, so there's something that's like affecting the neural pathways here. I'm guessing this is where whatever it is that's like, hey, you know, yeah, we're just like sucking the brain energy away from stuff. I have a feeling that it's held here in this area. All right, let's get the sample out. And is there Tunnel 4? Tunnel 4.
The neural cells of this deceased Compshrew.
Right. So the neural patterns are wrong in this area. Don't know why, but they're wrong. Whatever it is, yeah, there's something that is seriously just fucking up the neural pathways for everything in this area. My God, this is getting, this is getting to be a lot.
The blood sample from this Nero wolf
Oh, wait, no, data, wait, God damn it.
This microgenerator is completely drained, yet the charge should have lasted several days under these conditions.
Well, that's unusual, isn't it? Can we go back to the shuttle dock and recharge it? . Yeah, because that's... Oh, finally, when we get there, everybody's like, oh, you want us to come with you, Data? Okay. And it is fully charged. All right, so yeah, the marine biotope. So yeah, whatever it is, it is, yeah, there's a lot of stuff that is going on that is, something is not right here. Something is seriously, seriously wrong. And I guess they're accepting of Data because technically he's not a man. I mean, he's kind of is, but kind of isn't. Oh. Had to kick my fan up a bit higher because, oh my God, it is getting warm. It is just warm.
This is a topographical map of the biotope. The main habitats are within the jelly corals and the water.
Right. So I'm guessing these 4 jelly corals.
The blood sample from this Edlin fish contradicts its ID tag. Additional lab work would be advised.
So yeah, so now we've got stuff that is like, hey, it does not match the tags. I think I get the feeling that the constable and the people in charge here may have been okay with a Ferengi because they were wanting, you know, they may not have known that it was a Ferengi, but they may have asked for some, like, questionable shit. Like, hey, get us some samples that aren't normally, that Starfleet normally would not be okay with. No. Thank you. Yes, just stand right there. Just stand there, Data, and be patient. So let's take a look here and see what the second one is. So this is supposed to be a Birkby sample?
The blood sample shows the Birkby fish is undergoing its seasonal transformation. All other readings are normal.
Well, that's unusual. I think I clicked on this front one. So the Birkby is actually normal. Which is kind of nice. Not everything is fucked.
The epidermal sample shows that the cortic arthropod is shedding,
but it's normal, okay. Okay, so yeah, because it went around behind this guy. Wait, no, maybe? I don't know. I don't remember which one I sent it to. Maybe I did send it to this one. I don't know. We'll find out. If we come up with another cortic sample, fine, we can ditch it. We don't need it, but yeah. So yes, one is mislabeled here. And he's saying that, hey, everything is normal, but we're not entirely sure on that. Like, these may be normal, but it may not be normal that they're shedding.
There is no sample in this field unit. If there were...
Alright, so maybe I did send it to that back one first, so... Then it's the front boy! Yeah, because this is just going straight up to the front. Okay, cool. Alright, so what's in this one?
The sample of the Grath eel shows a slightly elevated white blood count, but all other readings are normal.
Okay, but that might... Some of the... But that all could be because of the... Because of a parasite. Like, they're shedding... And they're shedding, and their their white blood cell counts are higher because there is some kind of infection in the area. Like, there's some kind of parasite that's trying to infect them, but they have a way to react to it. Whereas the eel that was in her lab had no idea, you know, there was no way for it. It didn't have any kind of natural defense against it. So, yeah, it could be like, hey, yeah, this ain't good. So, all right, let's get back to the lab. That Inchy? That looked like Inchy, the worm on Sesame Street. All right. So let's start with the Grath.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. All readings are normal.
Great.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis.
All right, everything's normal on that. Cool.
Seriodiagnostic tests and...
Okay.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's genetic signature differs from its identification tag.
What is it, though?
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's neural pathways have been drained of electrical energy. Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject contains high ionic residue and trace amounts of neural tranquilizers. Originating creature may consume energy.
Yeah, that's basically what we had already surmised, thank you.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's neural pathways have been drained of electrical energy.
Right.
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's genetic signature differs from its identification tag.
Can you identify what it actually is?
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis.
So yeah,
complete.
Dude was just all fucking off with his goddamn work.
Let me take a sonic scan of these samples.
What do you think you're doing?
Seriodiagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's genetic signature differs from its identification tag.
All right, I will let you do the last one, Crusher. See if you can identify it. I mean, you are a medical doctor, not an exobiologist.
Diagnostic tests and cell density analysis complete. Subject's neural pathways have been drained of electrical energy.
Right. Okay. So, yeah. There is a lot of questionable shit here, sir. So, I'm thinking we need to talk to... Well, wasn't there a... Yeah, there's a healer.
Open a channel to Healer Zolas.
Channels open.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Data of the Starship Enterprise. I'm investigating the absence of Dr. Hoon Forsh.
A Starfleet officer. I was expecting this.
Tracker Malas indicated that you knew of a confrontation between Dr. Hoon Forsh and the Constable.
Yes, the doctor mentioned it when she asked about Aramet. He's a Ferengi who provides us with alien species for the preserve.
Was she inquiring about mistagged animals from his shipment?
Yes, she had spoken to Zudan, one of the 3 watchers in charge of the last shipment. He told her to talk to Aramet.
On several occasions, the Watchers requested restricted species and were denied. Is it possible that Aramet was secretly supplying the Watchers with illegal species?
Aramet has a rather unsavory reputation. The Watchers wouldn't have anything to do with someone like that. But you can ask Zudan yourself.
They might not knowingly have deals with him.
Did Consultant Idia know of Aramet's reputation when he recommended him for a traitor?
Considering how long Idia and Aramet have known each other, I would think so. Those two go back quite a while. I think Idia even came here on Aramet's ship.
Did the other Watchers also tell her to speak to Aramet?
I doubt it. The other Watchers were at the quarantine shelter and suffered some kind of neural energy drain when the generators exploded. They've been comatose ever since. Zudan's the only Watcher on duty now.
We found several animals which suffered energy drains. Perhaps we could compare neuroscans to see if the injuries are similar.
I'll send you the Watcher's neuroscans. You can view them on the bio table, but I recommend you speak to Watcher Zudan. You can find him at the quarantine shelter.
Thank you for your time.
Right, so now we have access to the neural scans from some of the Watchers. Okay. Man, my leg is just... I made the mistake of sitting with my legs crossed in an awkward fashion. So now it's like, yeah, my...
Certainly. Good luck to you.
Like my lower...
Idia was the last to see Dr. Hoon Forsh before she disappeared. Idia is friends with a Ferengi, and Ferengi traders are not known for their honor. Perhaps Idia is guilty.
The Watchers suffered an electrical energy drain from their neural pathways, like the Myocordae mole.
The Watchers suffered an electrical energy drain from their neural pathways, as did the Myocordae mole.
Yeah, but do we need to, like, you know... use this data
It's
somehow?
not working.
Okay. Okay, so, yeah. So, it sounds like we need to go to the quarantine zone. Yeah. So let's head to the quarantine zone and see what the hell they have for us. Because it's like, yeah, there is a lot of shit going on. So I get the feeling that they have something that was probably like used to living on Romulus or within the Romulan Empire that attacks neural pathways of psionic in order to protect itself from psionic hunters like the Romulans and the Remans. If that's the case, yeah, they got some highly illegal shit here. Oh my god, you have to go all the fucking way around this and then down. Oh god. Oh my god. At least they actually like have the tricorders are noticeably different. I do appreciate that, other than just like adding a little like, you know, a little hands, you know, a little smaller hand scanner. Oh dear god, Data, can you hurry up? So something escaped. Holy shit, I just noticed this cage that's just like blown the fuck out.
I'm Lieutenant Commander Data of the Starship Enterprise. I'm investigating the absence of Dr. Hoon Forsh.
I'm responsible for preserve animals, not Federation scientists.
I understand the doctor spoke to you of her concerns regarding smuggling in the preserve.
Yes, she came here soon after the outages, ranting away. Imagine, accusing me, when I'm the one who told her about that Bohr mistagging.
What creature was in this area?
A 2-meter-long, 180-kilogram Sultus reptile, which came in on the last shipment. I found the watchers next to its cage the night of the outages. It's still missing.
Right, the outage was caused by it.
My readings show traces of a tranquilizing agent in its waste.
Aramet always doses his animals with neurotranquilizers, just like Idia. We had to feed the reptile intravenously for days. It finally woke up right before the accident, just in time to escape.
These readings share the same ionic residue as samples found near other creatures drained of electrical energy. And this cage is also next to the drain generator. Perhaps the Sultus reptile is a mistagged animal that consumes electrical energy.
That would be a good assumption.
But there were no reports of it being seen near any of the power outages, and that reptile isn't easy to miss. Unless it's found a way to turn itself invisible, you're going to need another theory.
We have encountered several species capable of phasing out of the time continuum and, in effect, becoming invisible. We have also encountered species who consumed human neural energy. The Sultus reptile may be a life form with similar characteristics.
Well, if you believe so, I suppose it's possible.
I have examined the neuroscans of the injured watchers. The electrical energy within their neural pathways has decreased significantly. How could that have happened?
That's a good question.
I don't know. During my evening rounds, I found them unconscious next to the Sultus reptile cage. I carried them outside the shelter and was going for help when the generators exploded.
When did you last see Dr. Hoon Forsh?
I haven't seen her for some time. I've been busy recovering animals which escaped during the power outages. It's not easy work. The last time I saw her, I sent her to talk to Aramet.
Were you the one who found the carcass?
Yes. It died just before the outages, and I wanted her to test it.
Why did you not ask Consultant Idiot to test the carcass?
I don't trust him. Always drugging and borrowing animals for his experiments. In the interests of science, he says. I don't know how he could have approved that mistagging in the first place.
Do the Watcher's stunners set off the preserve surveillance system?
The system only detects signs of distress. Normal sleep does not raise an alarm. Likewise, stunners and neurotranquilizers also don't alert the system. Unlike Idia and Aramet, we prefer stunners. Chemical sedation can be harmful.
Consultant Idia mentioned that only Watchers can change the ID tags.
That's true, but the suppliers tag the animals first. We just match them up with the constable's shipping orders. Idia is responsible for verifying them.
Is it true that the Watcher's requests for restricted species were rejected?
Only 4 species out of 112. Of course, we were upset at first, but once the preserve is completed, we can always try again.
Thank you for your time.
Watch your step now.
Idia persuaded the constable to use Aramet, and Idia is also capable of verifying mistagged species. And he had the neurotranquilizers to knock out Dr. Hunforsh if she posed a threat to him.
Only stunners or drugs could disable someone without setting off the surveillance systems. Idia has a supply of neurotranquilizers.
It does seem like he is just like...
The harmonic collector operates on the same principle as the Bussard ram scoop collector. Its purpose, however, is to reconfigure sound waves. I am receiving readings of unusually high ionic residue. These generators create a network of force field segments to form separate containment areas.
All right, I think it's time to go and talk to the constable again. Because something doesn't seem to be right. Which means Data's got to take a long-ass freaking walk again. Good thing that he's an android and doesn't get tired. Because, yeah, my gods, this would be torturous for just about anybody else. Come on, you can do it.
We must speak with Constable Lixie. She should hear what we have.
That's what I'm trying to do, Worf, if you'd stop interrupting me. Dick. So yeah, there's something big jumping around here. So yeah, there's definitely something. Now, our generator, when we were in the bog forest, our generator, like, ran out of energy far faster than it should have, which indicates that whatever it is that's, like, absorbing energy is in the bog forest at the moment. All right. Let's go up to the constable's office. We've got some information for you.
Constable, we have reason to believe that Consultant Idia smuggled rare species into the preserve through his friend Aramet.
Are you trying to pick up where Dr. Hunforsh left off? She accused nearly everyone else of the same thing.
Consultant Idia persuaded you to hire Aramet, and he knowingly verified mistagged animals. He also uses neurotranquilizers, which could have stunned Dr. Hunforsh without triggering your surveillance systems.
Idia's been nothing but trouble since he got here. This time he's gone too far. I'll send for him so we can settle this once and for all.
Please wait here until Constable Lixie returns.
Sure. Oh, you're back.
Constable, we asked Consultant Idia to go to your office. He went to get some items, then suddenly beamed out. He seems to be gone.
He must have called Aramat for help. The Ferengi has a subspace transporter. See if you can find Dr. Hunforsh.
There's a woman here asleep with a gag over her mouth. Maybe she knows.
That's her, you idiot. Wake her and send her here. And have a look around Idia's office while you're there. He might have left some evidence.
Okay. That's oh, hi.
Have you captured Idia?
No. Unfortunately, he escaped with Aramat. This Federation team was sent to find you. Perhaps they can help.
I am Lieutenant Commander Data of the Enterprise. We will apprehend Idia and Aramat.
Forget them. We have to recapture the Mistag Sultus. It's already killed dozens of animals and destroyed several containment field generators.
The creature must be captured. Constable, can we use the force field at the quarantine shelter?
The shelter force field will not help us. The creature escaped once, and it will escape again.
Right, okay.
Perhaps we can rephase the force field energy frequencies. The creature may not be able to adapt quickly enough to the changes.
That might work, but the only place we can rephase the force field power is at the main power grid.
I will go to the main power grid and perform the necessary modifications.
Good. The power grid is on the other side of the preserve. Take one of the shuttles.
Will do.
I hate to interrupt, but just how are we supposed to lure this creature back to the shelter?
Since the creature requires energy, we can attempt to channel all available energy into the shelter generators. The creature should be attracted to it.
We can't. We're using all our energy reserves to maintain the biotopes.
The harmonic collector is capable of emitting high-energy EM fields. We may be able to use it at the shelter.
Yes, that should do it. V, I'll send one of the Watchers with you to the shelter to help set it up. If we can get the field power rephased, we might get that thing under control. I'll stay and monitor the situation from here.
All right. So head to the shuttle docks. Yes, I know, buddy. You're. All right. So yeah, head to the shuttles. Dear God, yeah, that is just whatever it is that's jumping around down there is fucking huge. Like, my God. All right. Yes, to the shuttle docks. Okay, this is a lot. Utilities trunk. Utilities network. All right, let's use the utility trunk.
The energy fields are responding. Frequency phasing complete.
Constable, has the harmonic collector been arranged?
Yes, but Dr. Hunforsh needs your help with the quarantine shelter. The only watchers I could find are needed to oversee the other biotopes.
We will be there.
Alright, so... Right, we need to...
Just one more thing. Zudan tells me those generators won't hold up for long, and we can't afford to send much power to the shelter right now. Many biotopes are already on reserve power only.
We will review the situation at the shelter when we arrive. Where will you be?
I'll be controlling electrical systems from my office. Then I have to call an emergency meeting of the Morassian Constabulary to explain just what's going on.
Okay, wow, that is one janky-ass communicator. Alright, so, yeah. So we need to go to, yeah. Okay, so we're now at the quarantine shelter.
This panel controls the containment field. The field is centered on the harmonic collector. This is the harmonic collector control. The collector has been set to emit a brief high-energy pulse.
Okay.
This panel controls access to the quarantine area. The gates open automatically in the event of a power failure.
Fantastic. Okay, so, right, so...
This panel controls the containment field. The field is centered on the harmonic collector.
All right. So we need to use this one to attract it. This one to close down. Or no, this one to close everything down. So... Mr. Beastie? There's the beast. There's that. It's now trapped. And use this to shock it. And it's trapped.
We did it. Now what took you so long to find me?
You didn't exactly leave like a breadcrumb trail.
The investigation was actually quite short in duration. Apparently your absence was not keenly felt. Constable Lixie had attributed your absence to a field trip.
She was probably still upset that I accused her of smuggling. I suppose I should apologize to her, now that I know Idia was behind the whole thing.
How did Consultant Idia learn that you suspected him? Did you accuse him of smuggling as well?
I didn't confront him. I was just looking for information. But after I asked him about the Sultis, he must have panicked and decided to drug me. I should have suspected when he invited me to dinner. He hates to hear people talk while he eats.
Yeah, that would have been a pretty big sign that something was off.
It appears the Watchers knew nothing of Idia's scheme to smuggle rare animals into the preserve through Aramut.
They were the ones who brought the Mistag boar to my attention in the first place. They weren't smuggling anything.
Apparently, Consultant Idia underestimated this reptile's appetite for electrical energy.
That egotist, thinking he could get away with it. Some of these animals are even from Romulan space. Did he think I wouldn't notice?
Are you certain the animals are Romulan in origin?
It would take more tests to be certain, but they definitely came from Romulan space. It's not surprising. Aramut does a lot of trading along the neutral zone.
What will happen to this reptile?
I'm sure Constable Lixie will want to send it back, unless I can convince her to keep it here. A creature like that doesn't come by every day.
True, but it is extremely dangerous.
I believe the captain will want to pursue Idia and Aramut. Will this incident significantly delay completion of the preserve?
It'll be a little behind schedule, but I have a few suggestions to help them speed things up.
Then it is time we return to the Enterprise. Good luck, Doctor. Beam us up.
Captain's log supplemental. Our successful attempt to locate Dr. Hunforsh has uncovered another mystery. Apparently, the creature responsible for the chaos on Marassia may have come from Romulan space. We are currently searching for the Ferengi trader Ollamh. Despite somewhat questionable trading practices, he has never violated Federation law. Until now.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Captain, Tabak asks to speak.
Captain, I heard about what happened on Marassia. That creature you discovered. It sounds exactly like a Verenak, a Garidian creature. Except
really?
The Verenak was exterminated long ago.
Oh, wait. So somebody from Garrod could have carried from hundreds of years ago, could have brought it into Federation space. So it wasn't necessarily from traded through Romulan space.
How could a Ferengi trader get hold of an extinct animal?
I have a theory. The followers brought many animals with them when they fled Garrod. It may be that this creature came from the followers' colony.
Uh-huh.
So if we learn where he got the animal, we may learn where the fifth scroll is.
I think this is a promising lead to pursue.
Captain, we've found Ollamh. Our Ferengi trader should be at Jaward 3.
Set a course for the Jaward system. Engage.
We've just got 40 light years to go.
Mr. Data, any...
I suggest we contact...
I mean, we don't really need to, do we?
Admiral Williams.
I'd like to...
Of course. Starfleet Command is still considering the options, while we review the situation.
Picard out.
So yeah, they don't have anything for us. So this is a history of where we've been. You know, you guys can sit down and relax.
Entering Federation space.
Good. You guys can, like, sit down and, like, relax, right? Like, you don't have to just... Like, I always feel bad for Worf or whoever's on tacticals. So they have to stand there their entire shift. They don't get a chair. Like, why not? It just seems cruel.
According to Ollamh's flight plans, he should have arrived at
Mr. Data, report.
There is no ship in this vicinity. However, sensors are picking up subspace induction vortices headed for the Nygold system.
Right.
Set a course for the Nygold system. Engage.
Maybe go at a higher rate? Well, I have gone through the 25th anniversary and Judgment Rites, so I figured this was the next logical step. Maybe go faster than Warp 5. Maybe, like, achieve a speed that a Ferengi shuttle probably isn't going to be able to manage. That's how you overtake them.
Captain, we are approaching Ollamh's ship.
All right. Hail them.
Hail them, Mr. Worf.
I would like to talk to them.
They are not responding.
All right. Scan the ship. I want to know if Idiot's still on board.
Scan the ship. I want to know if Idiot is on board.
His hull is lined with a neutronium alloy. Our sensors are unable to penetrate it. They are attempting to flee. At maximum speed, they will be out of range in 12 seconds.
You know what? Let's see what he does.
Let him go. Let's see what he does.
I want to know where he goes.
Captain, the Ferengi has entered the neutral zone.
Mr. Worf, open a channel.
Aye, Captain.
This is Captain Jean-Luc Picard of the Enterprise. You are in violation of Federation law. If you do not surrender immediately, we will be forced to take action.
Well then, I surrender, Captain. All you have to do is come and get me.
Aramut, your friend Idia has been charged with kidnapping. If he is on your ship, I'll have to add harboring a fugitive to your list of crimes.
And what if I am guilty, human? Are you willing to risk war with the Romulans in order to apprehend me?
Perhaps the Romulans would be interested to learn that several of the species you transported came from their space. I think I'll send them a report.
They won't be as nice to you, buddy.
You do know what Romulans do to smugglers, don't you?
What lies are you spreading, human? I didn't take any Romulan species. They were from Frigis.
Well, if we're mistaken, I'm sure you can explain everything to the Romulans when they find you.
Are they canon? That is an interesting question, because the 25th anniversary and the and Judgment Rights were kind of supposed to be the last 2 seasons of the original Star Trek show, to the point where they actually got some of the writers for the show to come and write the episodes for the games. I don't know how canon they are. That's always kind of up in the air. I mean, technically they could be, as far as just, yeah, this is like they do bring in some stuff that you've seen in future, like Carol Marcus and stuff like that. So it's not just like, oh, we're just throwing shit at the wall and just. But then there's also introduction of some species, of an advanced species in Judgment Rights, which is never mentioned again. So I would say they're kind of a weird sort of canon, but not canon. Like, individual episodes probably would be canon, but anything like this, that covers the main mystery of the second game of Judgment Rights, I would say that's probably not canon.
I am sure we can negotiate a deal, Captain Picard.
Oh, you don't want to work? You don't want to work in a dilithium mine or something like that? Oh, buddy.
The only thing I'm willing to negotiate is your surrender, as well as Idia's.
You can take Idia, but I can tell you much in exchange for my freedom. Perhaps you'd be interested in some unusual movements of the Romulan fleet.
Look, I don't know if I should be getting that information from you.
Mr. Data, transmit the coordinates of the brig so that Aramut can beam Idia to his new quarters. All right, Aramut?
Oh,
you've got
really?
a deal.
We're just taking his deal. That's surprising. Yeah, like I said, a lot of them just kind of like, they feel like an episode. Like I said, this one has individual episodes that link in an overarching storyline. The overarching storyline, I don't think is canon, but the individual missions could be.
Done then. It is a fair exchange. You may have Idia and my shipping records immediately. Now, for the information you have purchased. I hear reports from the other side of the neutral zone, not that I've ever been there, of course, about a massive refit of the Romulan fleet.
What kind of refit?
They've upgraded the warp coils and added secondary power cores to many warbirds.
Okay.
The weapon systems suffer, of course. It may even impair cloaking ability. But they could easily outlast any Federation vessel at maximum warp.
sounds as if the Romulans are in a race, one they want to win very badly.
Who can say what the Empire does or does not want? But a merchant always watches the spending habits of potential customers.
God, wouldn't that be humiliating for Riker? Yes, give this Ferengi some an Umox and, just to relax him.
For example, there has been a sharp rise in the price of ancient Takan and Chodak relics in sectors near the neutral zone.
Yeah, okay, that's the second time we've heard Chodak.
Interesting information, if it's true.
I would never cheat you, Captain. Now, this has been very entertaining, but I do have other customers.
The Ferengi is moving away. Warp 5.
Let him go. We have what we came for.
Captain, the report on Aramut's shipment is in the computer. Apparently the animals which Dr. Hune Forsch thought were from Romulan space actually came from Shoniosho Epsilon 6, uncharted territory.
Right, so that is probably where these...
I'll be sure to look at that
Meridians-
report soon, number one.
Shanoishu Epsilon 6, or Phrygia, as Aramut calls it, might just be
Right.
our lost Garidian colony.
That's kind of what I was thinking.
Be sure to alert our guests. Lay in a course for Shanoisho Epsilon 6, Warp 5.
Aye, sir.
All right, so we'll
Engage.
start moving that way. I do appreciate their cutscenes, even though the, All right, so we're going to save here, because we're going to need to end for today. So, yeah. It's kind of interesting. It sounds like they're, the mystery Garidians that have this mythical fifth scroll that started us down this road. There's, like I said, we've heard the term Turok or Chinook a couple of times now, which is a little curious. Yeah, I'm not sure who all we're gonna be shifting with this time or anything like that, but yeah, that unfortunately is gonna be where we're gonna have to end for tonight. As always, thank you guys very much for watching. If you liked the video, don't forget to hit the like button. If you're new here, don't forget to prod that subscribe button. If you want to be kept up to date of when we go live and stuff like that, make sure to ring the bell, but also check out the social media links down below. That's our Facebook page, our Twitter account, our Tumblr account, our Blue Sky account, and the permanent invite for our Discord server, where I try to make sure to notify you guys of when we go live and stuff like that. For example, we'll be back with more Star Trek: A Final Unity tomorrow at 8 p.m. Central Time. I'm still not sure when we're going to be able to get back into the habit of doing afternoon streams, because the weather is still just nasty and I'm struggling to get awake before like 11 o'clock. All that so that you can stay tuned for more from Ollamh Productions. Cheerio!